back for another reading today. Reading number 3. This one is near and dear to my heart because it is about my heart, my bias of all biases, the love of my life, jungwon. This is a reading that I plan on doing a check-in with all of the members of ENHYPEN. But I start off with jungwon because, I don't know, I connect with his energy very easily. You know, when I read on him, he pops up. He's like, hey, you talking about me? Like, you ain't even wait for the king. So I'm excited for this reading. I can feel his energy already. I'm channeling. I think he has things to say. It's kind of funny because, as I'm, in Jungwon's energy, he is still on this high from this day saying, y'all, first and foremost, congratulations to the boys. Oh, what did they say? Yay, we did it! But yes, as you guys know, this reading is strictly for entertainment purposes only. It's all alleged. I have the purest intentions. I love this man. I love ENHYPEN. I love. And also, if you want to book a personal reading with me, whether it's a 3-card spread, a 5-card spread, you and your bias compatibility, click the link in this video for my kofi. I love it. So we're going to get right into this Jungwon goodness. The love of my life, y'all. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what it is. Like I said, I think I said this in a video. I don't remember. I don't know. But, I'm an EXO girl down. EXO was the first K-pop group that I ever got into. And, I can like the music of a lot of groups, but it's hard for me to, really stand. I know all the members. I know their personalities in terms of, what they show on camera. I know all their songs. But ENHYPEN is definitely one of those people for me. I watched Island, literally as it was happening. But when I first got into ENHYPEN, I didn't really have a bias. But as I got back into it, Young Jungwon is still my heart. And I read on Jungwon a lot, like I said, and I just love being in his energy. He is so funny. He gags me every time I read on him because he is so funny. He's so funny. He's just so funny. I don't even know how else to describe it. But we're going to do an energy check. We're going to see how he's doing. I definitely can feel in his energy that he is on a high from the day saying, so that probably will, reflect in this reading. But, yes, Young Jungwon, how you doing? So we're going to start on his general energy. And then we're going to get into career Jungwon. And then we're going to get into love Jungwon. And then, I kind of let the questions just kind of go as I think about them. I love this deck, by the way. This is my Affirmations Tarot deck. It is so pretty. I love big things. Pause. In terms of, objects, I can't do a small phone. I hate, tiny tarot cards. I love big tarot cards. I just feel like it's so expressive. And all of those beautiful things. So, yes, I know you're girly quiet. Get to it. So, that's what we're about to do. Young Jungwon, how are you? What's going on, twin? Okay. So first and foremost, we're just going to ask about the general energy of Jungwon right now. Once again, his energy is here, and I can feel that he is very happy that they won this day. So y'all, that's what he's saying in my ear. Girl, did you see us on that TV? I did, boo. Okay, so let's see. How is Young Jungwon doing? What's his general energy? What does he have going on? Okay. So we have the devil. Okay. That can mean a lot. Oh, twin. Wait, twin. That is concerning. Can y'all see this? I know these cards are huge. Okay. I'm going to just say what all these cards mean, and we're going to see if we can put this together. So, and they're all upright. I shuffled correctly. Correct? Yeah, I did. So, the first card we have is his general energy is the devil. Now, I know that this is often an ooga booga card to a lot of people. But what the devil represents is toxicity. It represents toxic environments. It represents okay, I'm just gonna channel. That's just what I do best. 6 of Wands is about being on a high horse, as I always say. It's about recognition. It's about a lot of attention being on you. A lot of people praising you. Five of Cups is sadness and disappointment. So every card is wandsy minus this in the Five of Cups. The Eight of Wands is a lot of things happening really, really fast. And, you know, it doesn't mean that they're bad things, but it's just like it's still overwhelming regardless. Three of Wands is about moving forward. The reason why I'm pausing is because I'm trying to say this in a way that y'all don't cancel me. I think that Jungwon, and in Hyphen in general, but Jungwon specifically, is finally kind of experiencing that high from fame that makes you do things that you didn't think you would do. And I know this is supposed to be like a pitchfork, but like, this is like catching my attention. Guys, I'm really, I don't want to say this. Okay, what I'm channeling is that Jungwon is in the middle of being on cloud 9, but like, also like, not. God, oh, Jesus Christ, how do I say this? Okay. As we know, there's toxicity in every industry. There are things that people do that are like normalized in their world, but like when you feel it for the first time, it could be overwhelming. Like when I'm in Jungwon's energy, he is on a high. Everybody's praising him. They're admiring him. The fans, the company. Like this is a card of like being popular at the moment. But like with that popularity, with the newfound fame, with the dating, with all of these things, comes unhealthy habits. And I feel like in the midst of all of this craziness, good craziness, right? Because obviously they want to date sing. Like they have this comeback. Like it's a lot going on with this Eight of Wands. And it's like, it's crazy. And I think that when you're in this crazy shit, you start to do crazy shit. And I don't think that this is about him doing like what this card typically represents. I don't think it's sex. I don't think it's drugs. I don't think it's any of those things that this card represents. I think that this is about him pushing his own personal limits within himself for the sake of fame. I keep seeing things like his relationship with food. I see things like his image of himself and in him not really taking care of himself. In a way, I think that's the nicest way I can put it. It's like Major Arcana, like I said, trumps everything else, right? It's kind of like this is the main story and this is the things that are happening because of this. So the Devil is a card that represents toxic relationships. It could be with yourself. It's a card that talks about unhealthy attachments to things. But this is for the sake of this, if that makes sense. I think that Jungwon needs to be very careful with how he handles what's coming to Hyphen, because I really do think we can all see the trajectory of what they're about to become. They're only going to get bigger. They just won an award that BTS has won for the past 1 million quadrillion years, right? That's not something to take lightly, especially in the industry. It would be like if Beyonce has won Album of the Year at the Grammys for like 7 years straight, and then somebody else finally wins it. That puts a mark on your head. And I think that Jungwon has to be very careful to not let that get to his head. Because the Five of Cups, this is what I'm getting with the Five of Cups. I've read on Jungwon, like I said, I read on this man all the time. He's my bias. And I've seen this. He has a tendency towards pessimism. He has a tendency towards depression. And people who, okay, allegedly, let me say that. The Five of Cups is about being sad, it's about disappointment. I know you're like, this doesn't really match this. And it doesn't match this because this is like, it's like these things, these cards are masking this. It's like, and this is coming from me, somebody who also struggles with depression and somebody who, you know, is can get down easily depending on when life doesn't look like how I want it to look or when I don't have everything that I want, right? And it's like, he's in the middle of all of this craziness. Everybody's talking about him in the group. Everybody's praising him in the group. He has this mark on his head. Eight of Wands. There's so much going on, but look at it, look at it, look at it. You see this deck, right? Like I said, the Eight of Wands is about things happening very fast. Things coming at you fast. And it's not always a bad thing. Often it's not. It's good, but even too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Water is good for you, but if you drink too much of it, it can make you sick, right? You'll throw up. And so I think that all I'm seeing in his energy, like, and I know you guys are like, well, before you pulled the cards, you said that, and I still stand on that. Jungwon, when I'm in his energy right now, like, I see him in my mind, I like bouncing wall to wall. Like, he's bouncing off the fucking wall. He's so happy. The Three of Wands is like moving forward. It's like the Two of Wands is you planned the card. The Three of Wands is like, I'm actually going to do a card. So I feel like this is about him being excited towards the future. A lot is happening, and it's a unicorn, right? The unicorn's happy, like, woo, right? But this isn't good. This is not a good card. It's not reversed. It's upright, and I don't care how you spin it. I think that Jungwon is starting to, because of how much I'm trying to say this in a way that makes sense, because I can feel it in his energy. It's like when you're somebody who, it doesn't even have to, let's just say he's not prone to being sad all the time. Like, that's not him, but like lately he's been sad, he's been down, maybe he's been stressed because he didn't know if they were gonna win. Maybe them winning or maybe them not winning would have changed the whole trajectory of ENHYPEN and what it's gonna be like for the company. It's like when you're a person who was recently sad or depressed or down, and all of a sudden, something really good happens to you, which also means other good things are gonna happen to you. You get distracted. Am I making sense? Like, I feel like I don't know how else to say it. He's like, this is a card that can represent unhealthy coping mechanisms, addictions. And I'm not saying he's addicted. That's not what I'm getting. But I'm getting like, I see Jungwon in my mind's eye. He may be getting introduced to certain things, like, but once again, it's not drug. I'm not saying any of that. But I just see in my mind's eye, Jungwon in the midst of the high, letting the high control him and him not controlling the high. Because once again, this Five of Cups being in the center of all of this is very important to this. I think that Jungwon is a person that isn't always happy all the time, is prone to certain emotions. And I think that when I feel his energy, it's like, it's easy in this current season, like it's like easy for him to get into certain things or like harm himself in the sense of like doing things that are not good for him, attaching himself to things, to people that are not good for him in the midst of the high. It's kind of like when people who struggle mentally or whatever the case may be, get a good moment, they might overdo it. And I hope that makes sense. And I don't know how else to say that, allegedly. They overdo it in hopes that it's like escapism. That is the word, escapism. I think Jungwon has experienced a lot of escapism in the midst of all of this goodness that has recently been happening for ENHYPEN. But in reality, it's because when you've been down for a while, when you haven't been okay, and all of a sudden you're getting praise and all of these things, all these opportunities, all these things are coming to you, like it becomes unhealthy the way that you're carrying it. I'll leave that there. I don't know how else to say that. I'm trying. Okay. So as leader of ENHYPEN, what is going on with Jungwon? How does he feel? Because this is about him in general. We didn't even get into the career yet. But he's definitely getting a lot of attention. He's definitely has a lot of things coming at him hot. But he's excited because the 3 of Wands is about being excited for it because he's been down. He's been sad recently. He's been really down, allegedly. And I think that he has, he can be prone to, or at least right now, letting things control him and them not controlling it and how it's controlling him, if that makes sense. That is what this card is about. And in the context of how his current energy, he's definitely partaking in some unhealthy habits. It could be for validation. And once again, that fork is poking the fuck out to me. I don't know why, but it is. This fork. Can y'all see the fork? He's doing things that are not good for him. Because it goes right along with the, I've been down and this is helping me feel better. And I do feel like that fork is poking out to me. I don't know what it is, but what I see, and I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm just trying to make sure y'all understand what I'm saying, allegedly. I think that Jungwon recently has been sad, and I think he still might be sad underneath all of these things. He might still be struggling with something or grieving something underneath all of this, but like right now in his current moment, his energy is, I'm riding on this high, and I definitely think he's doing things that are not good for himself, things that are unhealthy for himself. And by doing these things, I think that it feels good. I think that it's like, it's not good for him, but it feels good because that's the trick of this card. It's like I said, once again, I don't see any substance abuse. I don't see any of those things. But what I do see is this card, whether it is about substance abuse or just not taking care of yourself or like partaking in things or doing things to yourself that are not good, they make you feel good though. That's what they say about the devil, right? He's the quote unquote the quote unquote best things in the world, the most addictive things, sex, drugs, money, all of those things that people are saying, oh, that's nothing but the devil, right? But you don't feel that when you do those things, right? Or when you feel like you're reaping the it's just he has something, there's an unhealthy attachment to something that it feels good to him though, in the midst of the sadness that's underneath it all. But he's distracted right now by it. He's distracted by the attention he's getting, the praise, a lot of wands. Wands is they move fast. Okay, so how's Jungwon feeling about being a leader? The Nine of Cups. He's happy. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. He's fulfilled. Once again, I told you. This day saying got him on a high. He's on a high. He's happy. He's fulfilled. He feels like they got everything. That's what they wanted. He got what he wanted. He's happy. The Eight of Pentacles. Ready to put even more work in. King of Wands. He's on top. Come on now. Jesus. Okay. So, like I said, even as a leader, I'm telling you, like, before I pulled the cards, he hopped in, he is happy, he's bouncing on water wall even now. Like, he's like you ever seen somebody who you've seen, like, be down, and then something really good happens to them, and they're just so fucking happy, like they're like, let's go through this, let's go through that, blah, blah, blah. That's him. Nine of Cups. He is so happy, because, like, it's like, this is what he's showing me, his energy. And his energy, what I see is, these cards are so big, I know y'all can't see them. He's showing me that I think there's been times where he's doubted himself as a leader. I think there's been times where other people have doubted him as a leader. But it's like, now that they have done this, they've accomplished this thing, he feels like this is all I wanted. You see, it's a genie, right? He's coming out the cup. Like, what else I want? He feels like now that he's done this, he can literally do anything. The Eight of Pentacles is about hard work. It's about apprenticeship. It's about putting in that work. He feels like, I earned this shit. I earned this shit. I earned every bit of this shit. The King of Wands is somebody very confident, very powerful. Someone who, the King of Wands is, and he's an Aries Venus. So this clicks, right? The King of Wands is not, he lacks no confidence, okay? He is the most confident king. He is passionate. He wants what he wants. He's going to give what he wants. Like, I feel like what he's telling me, he feels like right now there's nothing he can't do. Like, even with, I keep coming back to this because this is like the leader of this reading. Like, I feel like even in the unhealthy things he may be doing to himself in terms of, oh, well, when I do this, people like me. When I do this, you see, like, it's like almost like you do something that's not good for you. You keep doing things that are bad, and you have this unhealthy relationship with a certain thing that you do to yourself, or you think of yourself, like you're attached to these things. And it's like, because he got something good out of it, it's making it worse. Like, it's not like, oh, that didn't even work, I'm going to stop doing that, you know? Or it's not worth it. He has a toxic relationship with himself almost, it feels like. And the Fool reversed. The Fool reversed is like reckless. The Fool upright is like spontaneous. It's fun. It's like, fuck it. The Fool reverse is also fuck it, but it's also like it's a bad fuck it. I just get this energy that jungwon is doing things that allegedly that are not good for him. It's like he's just on this high, and it just feels like it's causing him to make reckless decisions. Because this makes sense to me, right? Can y'all see? This makes sense. This is like, I'm happy. I have everything I wanted. I wanted a day saying, and I wanted a day saying at mama. Getting a day saying, no shade, it's somewhere else, right? Some people say, you didn't earn that. That was easy. They handed it to you. They got what they wanted. They got what they didn't get last year. He feels like, I did all of this shit. I'm on fucking cloud 9. I've been sat and down. Everything's perfect now. And yes, it's a lot of fucking shit going on, but fuck it, I can handle it. Because I do what I do to do what I do. But the Fool reversed is reckless behavior. And the Four of Cups is about disinterest and boredom. Explain. I don't understand this. The Ace of Pentacles, that's a golden opportunity. And the Knight of Pentacles. I think that this is the past energy. I think that maybe there were times, this is definitely reckless behavior, but maybe there were times, because like my mind's eye showing me that this, I hope y'all can see this. This has nothing to do with this. This is like, if I could draw a line here, I would. I think that there have been times, like he said, I know he said in their live that this year has been really hard for him. I think that there were times that he felt like, what the fuck did I do this for? Like, I felt like he questioned. I think there was definitely points within this year, before the other day, where he was just like, I don't like it. I don't like being a leader. I'm bored. I'm tired. I don't reap anything from it. The Fool is the first card, right? And it's about starting something and being like, I'm going to see what happens. And I feel like what I'm saying in my mind's eye now that I have this clarification with these cards is that jungwon becoming an idol, I'm not going to say it's something he did randomly, but I think that he took a shot on it. He didn't know. He wasn't like, oh, I know I'm going to debut. Fuck y'all. It wasn't like that. He definitely, I think, took a chance. He didn't know whether it was going to work. He didn't know. Maybe he thought, maybe I can get in a group, but it might not be what in hyphen is. Like, maybe it won't work and I'll waste my time. And I think that there were points in this year, I'm seeing in my mind's eye, where he felt like this was a mistake. I shouldn't have did this. This was dumb. Like, I don't know why I thought I should do this, but getting clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, this is a golden opportunity. And this is like, I always say, slow and steady wins the race. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't rush into things. He takes his time. So it's like, all of a sudden, all of his regrets are not regrets anymore. Does that make sense? Like, his regrets are no longer regrets. That's what I'm seeing with jungwon. His regrets, he doesn't regret them anymore. He's like, see? Hard work pays off. That's what he feels as a leader. There's definitely times when he felt disinterested, but I think that he's like, hard work pays off now. And yeah, it took us 5 years or whatever. It took some people 1 year. It took some people 6 months. So how's Jungwon doing mentally? The King of Pentacles, focused on his career. Page of Pentacles, yeah. Okay, so boom. This is what I'm getting for Jungwon. And this doesn't surprise me because of what else we saw. But I think that Jungwon is definitely neglecting his emotions. Because you see how, look at what is upright. The Pentacles are upright and the Cups are reversed. So what that tells us is that when it comes to Jungwon and his mental health, his focus is on his career. The King of Pentacles is a very career-oriented person. When I read on Jungwon, I often pull him as the King of Pentacles, even though he's an Aquarius. His main goal in life is to be successful. And it's upright, so it's genuine, right? It's real. You know, it's practical. It's generous. He's smart and he's focused on his career and building that and building his money and making sure that none of this shit goes in vain. The Page of Pentacles is about being focused on, like I said, you see this person, it's like to-do list. What I gotta do today to get this money? What do I have to do today that relates to my job? The Page of Pentacles is a card of learning. It often comes up for people that are like starting a new skill, learning how to do something. College students, like to say Jungwon's in college, but just to give you some perspective, it's like a page. He's a king, and this is another thing that I've said, and if you check out my Tumblr, I've done a reading on Jungwon, and I said the same thing. Jungwon is the type of person that he can know everything, and he still feels like there's more. He's a King of Pentacles, right? He's coming out as a King of Pentacles, which means he's very established, he's very smart, he knows how to maneuver in the world that he lives in, but he's forever learning, he's a forever learner. And that's what he's focused on. He's focused on his career, and he's neglecting his emotions. I love him, allegedly. I don't allegedly love him, what I'm saying is alleged. Eight of Cups reverse. The Eight of Cups is a card about emotionally releasing things that don't serve you. The Eight of Cups is about maybe at a point in time where you're at emotionally serves you and it doesn't anymore. And you don't know what's on the other side. You just know you want better for yourself. It's emotional release. But in the reverse, it's about not doing that. It's about, how do I say this? Like, what I feel in Jungwon's energy is that Jungwon has a lot of shit emotionally that he really needs to work through, but I think that he would rather not. I think Jungwon distracts himself with his job, and I think that this is just a man thing in general. He distracts himself with his job. Death in the reverse is avoiding the inevitable. And when we're talking about this card can sometimes involve relationships and people, but this is about Jungwon. There's a version of Jungwon that's waiting out there for him to accept it. I don't think he's accepted it yet. Death is a card of, it's inevitable. And I try to tell people that every time I read on people, even when I read on myself. Sometimes when I don't want something to be over and I get death, I'm like, no, I don't want it to be over, because when the death comes, right, it's often represented by the Grim Reaper, right? Which it is in this deck too. I'll turn it over so you can see, right? This is like the pretty version of the Grim Reaper. He's here. He's come to reap. Death is the one thing in this life that we all have to do. And I'm not talking about literal death. Death rarely means literal death, but it means death of the version of you, or death of something in your life that has to happen. And it's good, and you might not like it when it happens, but it's like for the better. It's to upgrade. It's always an upgrade. It's never a downgrade. And he's avoiding it. And I think that oftentimes when we get death reversed, just like when we get the Tower reversed, we know that it's there. We know it's knocking. Like, hey, buddy, you gonna let that go? You gonna let that version of yourself go? Because this is about his mental health, right? That's what I asked. How's his mental health? Mentally, the Eight of Cups reversed is him holding on to something. Like, he doesn't want to, like, let something go. There's something that he doesn't want to let go. Ten of Cups in the reverse. This is, like, emotionally, like I said, all of the cups are reversed. Which means, when we're talking about mental health, your mental health is connected to your emotions, not your money, in technical terms. The Ten of Cups upright is a card that represents you being happy. I know there's a lot of cards that I say are about being happy. The Sun is about being happy. You know, the Ten of Pentacles can represent happiness financially. But the Ten of Cups is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck for me in tarot, because look at it upright. You see that you got the jellyfish family. You got all the little baby jellyfish. And they're just one big happy family. And they're just happy and content with life. I always say with the Ten of Cups, you may not even have all the money in the world, but money can't buy certain things. Success can't buy certain things that you don't have. You can have all the money in the world. You can be as successful as you want to be. You could be the most respected man in your field, the most hardworking. But this don't change. And this could have something to do with his family, like his literal family. There being a disconnect with that. This could be something pertaining to his family that he doesn't want to, like, you know, deal with. But this is just about the people. I wonder if Jungwon feels like he's genuinely close to people. Like, I wonder if this is like, he's so focused on himself because there's a disconnect between him actually having, like, people he's actually close to. And not to say that the hyphen members in them, I'm not saying that they're not close, but for people like Jungwon, who I think kind of comes off as like a You might think you're close to Jungwon, but in Jungwon's eyes, y'all aren't close. And it's not because it's like he's very emotionally intelligent in the sense that he gets things. I don't think Jungwon necessarily makes excuses for things when it comes to shit like this. Like, it's like, I see in my mind, let's say you have the members, right? And he's like, yeah, Jungwon, like, that's my hope, like, that's me, like, that's my brother. But Jungwon is the type to be like, yeah. But in reality, there's so much about him you don't fucking know. And he keeps it that way. He does that on purpose. But the Ten of Cups is a lack of emotional fulfillment. It definitely could represent issues with your family. But I feel like Death in the Reverse is about avoiding the inevitable. He neglects his mental health. I don't know how else to say it. He's neglecting the fuck out of his mental health. There's definitely something that he needs to do pertaining to his mental health. Even Death Reverse can be like him going to therapy. Like him actually doing something about it because he's aware. He just doesn't want to deal with it. Ten of Cups reversed. He's not fulfilled emotionally, but he's like doesn't want to do anything about it. He's not doing okay mentally. He's just not. There's something that he needs to do that he's not doing. He'd rather focus on his career. Can I get clarification on this? Because I get this. This is about him. This is his strong front. I'm strong. I have my career. That's what I'm focused on. But what I see in his energy is like it's a distraction from this. What is this? What am I looking at? 10% in reverse. That's emotional imbalance. 10 of Wands. Burdens that he needs to drop. 4 of Swords. Jungwon is mentally fucking drained. Point blank period. Point blank period. Can y'all see this? He is drained. Temperance in the reverse talks about... Temperance as a card in general is about balance. Right? It's a card that represents self-regulation. It's a card that upright represents kind of like a neutralization. You may not have it all together, but you're balancing, the lightness and the darkness. 10 of Wands is about burdens. Now, once again, this is strictly about his mental health, but this could be about all of his responsibilities. I think that, but I don't think so. I think that it could be about his responsibilities, but I think in general, Jungwon has been through a lot. He probably has been through a lot more than you would think. Because I think that it's easy when you're a K-pop fan to kind of just see your idol as like, not a perfect person, but like, you know how like us as human, we consider ourselves to be like regular human beings, right? And we're like, I went through this fucked up thing or that fucked up thing when I was a kid, or this really fucked up shit happened to me, And I think that we kind of forget that that's a lot more common than you would think. And it's like we don't see these things with idols. We don't necessarily think about those things. Like, I wonder if something like really fucked up happened to you. Whether it would be when you were a child or when you were a trainee or like recently, But he's definitely carrying emotional things. And instead of like dropping them and being like, I'm releasing you, you're not going to weigh on me. He's holding it because he thinks he has to be strong, which he's already said. 4 of Swords is about being utterly fucking emotionally burnt out. In reality, I think Jungwon needs a break. I think Jungwon needs to lay his ass down. And I don't think he is. So what are some of this 10 of Wands, what are the things that are weighing on him? 10 of Pentacles, that's about long-term success and money. Ace of Cups. Okay, can y'all see this? Okay. 10 of Pentacles is about 10 and 10, right? 10 of Wands, once again, like I said, are burdens. The things that we're holding that we shouldn't be holding, but we're holding them anyways. Because we think we can just fucking hold everything. 10 of Pentacles in reverse is a card that represents a lack of longevity and something. This could be him being stressed about his career and like the future of it. Like maybe right now he's like, yeah, I'm in hyphen and it's cool, but like when he thinks about his future, he doesn't know. This could also be about him having like money problems, maybe. This is why he pushes himself so hard. Ace of Cups is interesting. This is an interesting lineup. Ace of Cups is about the beginning of loving something or someone. Page of Cups is about creativity. Queen of Cups is interesting. Could represent a woman. These are all cups. I don't know if this is romantic. I don't know if this is him. I don't think this is him. I wonder if there's a girl that he likes. I don't know what that's about. Queen of Cups is a very sweet, emotionally in tune woman. She's the epitome of empathy and emotional intelligence. Page of Cups is creativity, but it also can represent kind of liking someone in a very innocent way. having very innocent emotions towards someone, interest. And I just asked, you know, why is it 10 of Wands here? What are the things weighing on him? So this could be weighing on him, how he feels about this person, maybe. Ace of Swords in the reverse is miscommunications and the inability to, like, think. A lack of mental clarity. I think he might just literally have too much going on, too many feelings, and they're all completely different. Does he like someone? I guess we should just get into the next question of romance, right? It's also like lying. But I don't think this is lying in this case. I think it's just like his brain is jumbled. Ace of Swords in the upright is a card of like clarity and like the light bulb turns on. The light bulb is still off in his mind, and I think that's fucking with him. Ten of Pentacles though in the reverse. Why? Justice. That's about what's fair. That's also legal shit. I wonder if Jungwon is allegedly having money, like something like contractual issues with money. Like I don't know if somebody owes him money. I don't know if he owes somebody money. I don't know if this is like trainee debt. I don't know what this is. A bad investment, because that is also what the Ten of Pentacles reverse means. A bad investment. A shitty investment into something. Justice is about what's fair is fair. Legalities. I don't usually associate justice with legalities, but it's kind of given that in this moment. But Ace of Cups is about the falling in love with something. The beginning stages of Page of Cups is like creativity, but in this case, with this lineup, this could also be about him. Is this romantic? Page of Swords in the reverse. This could also be about him feeling more these days, like getting more in touch with his emotions and his like emotional side, which could be stressful for somebody who does nothing but try to work their emotions away. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like it's raining. It's like it's raining. He's driving a car and it's fucking raining. He's feeling a lot. He's like, I'm not used to this. I never drove in the rain before. Okay. This reading is taking a time. So let's just check on the love life. It came up. What's going on in Jungwon's love life? The Magician in the reverse. Strength. Okay. Okay. The Magician in the reverse can be somebody that's manipulative, but I don't get that energy with the Strength reverse. The Magician in the reverse is about feeling powerless. He feels powerless when it comes to his love life. He feels like he can't manifest the relationship that he wants or the person he wants. The Moon in the reverse. All reversals. All reversals. I think that Jungwon wants, not even say, because, okay, let's work it backwards. Actually, no. We got 3 major arcanas here. Four of Pentacles is a card of being very careful about what you give to people, because these things are important to you. And I've gotten this card for Nikki a lot when I read on his love life on my Tumblr. When I get this card when I'm asking about love, this is about somebody who sees himself as precious. They see their emotion as precious, their time is precious. And then, like, you see up right, let me pull this card. You see him? He's like in the woods, and the birds are on his back like, yo, what you got there? And he's like, you ain't getting my shit. In the reverse, though, this is about someone who is in a place where they want to be more open. They want to be more giving. And when we're talking about what's going on in somebody's love life, I often read it as, I know I'm usually very closed up and, like, it's not easy to get my goods, but it's because it's important to me. But now you're living a little friskier. You're like, I want to stop being like that. You know, I'm trying. I think what I keep getting his energy about love is like he keeps saying to me, I'm trying. The Five of Swords is like I said, a card of petty. That's my favorite word. It's like petty. Disagreements. It could be him kind of being in the past abrasive in love. Somebody who kind of is not easy to start something with because he kind of has a problem with a lot of things. Or maybe in the past he's realized he's been a little... I don't see this as like a... Aggressive isn't the word that I'd use to describe the Five of Swords. It is very petty. But this is telling me is that Jungwon is in a place where he wants to be different than he was before when it comes to how he carries his love life, how he approaches people, because swords represent conversation and thoughts. And look at it. Look at the card. You see how it's a porcupine? What do porcupines do when they're scared or when they feel threatened? They shoot up. They spike up to protect themselves. And I think that in love, Jungwon has done that a lot. He's done a lot of this in his love life. Like, you get too close, get the fuck away from me. I attack. You know what I mean? Defensive. And I think that he's been very closed off, and I don't think he wants to be like that anymore. He doesn't want to be like that anymore, but I think that he feels like the Magician is about upright as a master manifester. He gets what he wants. Strength of right is a very confident person, somebody who's battled their demons and they tame their inner lion, whatever the fuck you want to say it. But I think that when it comes to his love life, he feels like he can't get what he wants. And maybe he's understanding that in order to get what he wants, he can't be so hard body. He can't be so argumentative. He got to be able to have a conversation and talk shit out. And he has to understand, like, and I think he is understanding that now. If I'm going to be in love, if I'm going to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, if I'm going to be in a relationship, I have to let loose. I can't be so fucking uptight. The moon in reverse is clarity. I think maybe before he didn't understand why certain things that he wanted didn't happen. And now he's like, I get it now. I used to be very, like, I just feel I see in my mind's eye. Have you ever talked to a guy, like, who, like, is, like, very inexperienced, and he just kind of handles things, like, as an experienced person, like, when this person does certain things, you're like, why did it turn into this? He might be somebody who played mind games in the past, not on purpose, but, like, as a defense mechanism. He's softening. He's in his soft boy era. And now he's getting clarity. The moon is in the reverse. Upright, like I said, is confusion and not getting things and, like, not understanding things. But it's reverse, so it's like the light is shining. Strength in reverse is a lack of confidence, so I definitely think that he knows he needs to work on his confidence in love and, like, approaching. But I think it's like he doesn't have the confidence, but he also understands what hasn't worked in the past. And I think that he's trying. It's like, and I also wouldn't be surprised if, like, he kind of had this realization a minute ago. But it's like he has now started incorporating, because the moon says he understands why maybe girls in the past, like, it didn't work out, or, like, the way he approached love wasn't warm. It was, like, very guarded and cold. And, like, you're gonna have to work for this shit. And he realizes, like, if you have to do that, you're not ready. And so now he's like, okay, well, I want it now. And maybe he has been trying to, like, open up a lot more, give a lot more, be like, fuck it, I'm gonna lay it out on the table way more than I used to. I'm not gonna be hard. I'm not gonna pick fights. I'm not gonna do the shit that I used to do as a defense mechanism. And maybe it's still not working. Like I said, the magician in reverse is him saying he feels powerless in his love life. He feels like he hasn't been able to manifest what he wants. He can't currently manifest the girl or the guy or whatever. The relationship he wants. Strength reverse is a lack of confidence when it comes to love. Feeling weak. Like you have no power. Like I can't get what I want. So this is, like I said, this is either him feeling like he can't, even though he's making the changes, or he realized he wasn't getting what he wanted and, like, he didn't have any confidence, so he made the changes. Which is like, if I'm going to be in a relationship, I have to be nicer. I can't. And it's like, even, like, there might be a girl out there that's like, oh, Jungwon, like, absolutely not. Do not talk to him. He's this, that, and the third. Like, he's so mean, or he's just so, like, he always wants to fight. But I'm telling you, that's not Jungwon. That's Jungwon who is very guarded. Because I think that, and this is kind of a Venus and Aries thing, we have a bad rep, but I think that Jungwon's chart reads as someone who, when he likes you, he is all the way the fuck in. And I just think that that's scary for people like us, because we're like, look, I can't just be giving it to everybody. You gonna work for it? You know what I'm saying? Because the type of crash out that you might get if you fuck with me is not gonna be pretty. But he's making breakthroughs in his love life for sure. He's definitely not in a relationship. I think that when it came out, I think that he had been feeling powerless. This is what they're saying. Once again, another cut in half. I was powerless. I can't get anything. I like a girl, she don't like me, or I start talking to her and then I fuck up. Lost all my confidence. Like, damn, why does love never work out for me? But then the moon reverse is like the clarity. Five of Swords is like he realizes he was kind of being a porcupine, and he was being stingy with what it requires to, like, connect with somebody. You can't start a relationship and get to know somebody if you're not willing to open up. And I get it, because I'm the same way. It's like, my love is precious. Like, I can't just give this away. This is my heart. Jungwon is a very sweet person. I'm sorry. Like, that. He knows the value of his love, and I think that he knows that his heart is already sensitive. He might not want to admit it, but spiritually he's admitting it. Like, he's a very sensitive person. People who are Four of Pentacles upright when it comes to their approach to love, they already know, like, this is damn near all I have. My heart, my emotions are the most precious thing to me. I don't like anybody just being able to do whatever they want with it, but he understands that's the gamble of love. Okay. So let's talk about 2026 for Jungwon. I feel like it's appropriate. King of Swords. Okay, so this is that Aquarius side. This is about logistics. King of Swords is very intelligent. Oh, praise the Lord. There is a God. I was worried about him. Oh. 2026. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. It's going to be so much better for him. He's going to have a breakthrough. Ten of Swords is a card. Like I said, look at it. It is rock bottom. He's going to hit it. He's going to hit it. And he might have already hit it. But it's in the reverse, which means finally acknowledging whoever, whatever happened to you that really fucking hurt and put you down, and being like, I'm not going to let this shit I'm not going to just sit here and bleed out. I'm gonna take these fucking swords off my back, heal, get the fuck up, and move on. And not in the whole just fucking get over it way, but like it's just necessary. The Ten of Swords is the end. So what I love about the Ten of Swords, although a lot of people hate it, sorry, I'm all up in the camera, is that it's a card that represents it can't get any worse. I love it. That's how I bring myself comfort when I pull this card to myself. Things are really fucking bad. They feel bad. You feel fucking like I can't take it anymore. But it's the worst of it is past. And now you gotta heal, and that's what he's gonna do. The King of Swords is about him using his mind a lot more than anything in 2026. He's only doing shit that makes sense. He's gonna channel that air in his chart, that Aquarius sun that he has. I think he's gonna stop fucking around with his mind and his mental health. He's gonna lock in now. The Queen of Wands is interesting, so this might be some assistance. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Yeah, he's taking control of his life. The Eight of Swords is a victim of circumstance. It's like something did happen to you. Things have happened to you, but you can't keep using those things to stay down. You gotta get up. He gonna get the fuck up. The Queen of Wands don't play. Okay, so this is his energy coming out as well. The Queen of Wands takes what she wants, whatever that is. And if this is, I want to get better, I want to heal, he's gonna take it very seriously because he doesn't want to be the victim anymore. Even if he is a victim, he doesn't want to be that anymore, whatever that is. Judgment is between you and God, okay? It is the moment of truth. It is the moment where you are honest with yourself. It is the moment that you say, God, or self, I say God. Show me who need to go, show me who need to leave, show me who I need to be. You're ready. The Five of Pentacles is a card of insecurity. It's about feeling like you don't have nobody, you don't have nothing. It's about feeling left out in the cold. It's about feeling abandoned. And I think that he's going to get out of that. He's going to find his footing in 2026. Oh, I love that for you, Bookie. So yeah, guys, I think I'm actually going to pull out some Oracle for him. Just for peace of mind. 2026. I don't use reversals in this deck, by the way, so I'm just going to shuffle them out. 2026, what's going to happen? Deep knowing. Yeah. High Priestess energy. He's going to lock in with himself in 2026. Finish line, yep. Find an Oracle. So jungwon actually might start getting into some things. He might get more spiritual. He might get more in his, I believe in more than myself. I believe in something higher than me. Bag in 2026. Awaken. Yep. It could just be spirituality. It could be religion. But you might hear him, I'm like seeing in my mind's eye, like praying. Or like, you might see him praying. Or like talking about more spiritual things. He might be talking about tarot. He might get into something. Momentum, yeah. Undress, yep. You see the card? You see the card. That's his heart. Or that's her heart. And you see she's bare and she on that x-ray. She getting an x-ray. On the x-ray, you can see shit for what it is. You can't hide shit. That's why we go get him, right? So, yeah. He might not be in the greatest place right now, and he might not necessarily be taking care of himself like we all want him to, but he's going to be fine. It's just a moment. We all have them. We all go through that phase where it's a lot going on, and we just trying to distract ourselves. And when we on a high, we want to ride that motherfucker, okay? I'm on that shit right now, today. I'm going through that right now, okay? So I'm very happy that things are going to get better. He's going to unpack. He's going to undress. He's going to look at what's fucking with his heart, what's on his mind, what's weighing on him. And he's definitely gonna look at it, manifest. I'm telling you, I do not be surprised in 2026 if you start hearing Jungwon talk about spirit, like getting more spiritual, talking about meditating, talking about yoga, talking about God, praying, something. There's something that, because to my knowledge, he hasn't really mentioned anything about like, how do I say, religion or anything, right? Yeah, but I feel like you're going to start to see him, or maybe he won't say it, but I think he's going to start getting into more meditation and things that are spiritual, not like, I think Jungwon right now in his energy is somebody who's like, it's me. I'm the reason I think he's going to realize that when you only believe in yourself, that means everything that happens is your fault, right? Not to say that we blame God, we don't do that, but in a sense of like, when you don't rely on anything or anyone, you carry so much. You know how they say, let go and let God, or, I don't know what other religions like mottos are, but he's going to start to realize that life can get a little better when you pray or you meditate, or you don't just hold things, you release it into something above you and let it go. This card's version of the Hypers, right? Intuition, listening to yourself, doing what's best for you, inner knowing. And this is about, you see, she's finishing the marathon. I think he's gonna definitely in 2026 accomplish something really big that he wanted, even if it's just getting better. So thank you guys so much. I love this reading. You guys are gonna say that reading was long as shit. All my solo readings will be this long, I promise. I love you guys. Please comment. I'm very curious to know what you guys think about this. Bye.